Hey guys, I'm Kyle Futrell, the principal here at Wetumpka High School, and we are very excited to have you guys joining us next year as our incoming freshman class here at Wetumpka. We've put together this video to highlight some of the extracurricular programs, activities, and elective classes that you can take here at Wetumpka High School, and I just want to really encourage you to listen intently and find something that you're passionate about, something that you're interested in, and something that you can get involved in here at Wetumpka High School. It's really going to enrich your high school experience, make it more enjoyable for you, give you a great support network of friends and faculty that can help you through your high school journey while you're here. We are, like I said, looking forward to having you. And so good luck and see you soon.
My name is Keith Lucy. I grew up in a small town in Magnolia, Alabama. I went to high school at Amelia Love Johnson High School in Thomaston, Alabama. Upcoming ninth graders, as they enter agri-science, what we try to do is introduce them to the different areas of ag, and that would be animal science, we have plant science, we have woodworking, and we have several other areas that will enhance them and prepare them for years after high school. What excited me about ag was once I had the opportunity to get into ag at my high school, I actually started out in ag in 7th grade, and at that time I took a liking to the outdoors, took a liking to being able to do things and be able to create things with my hands. If the students come back after their first year in ag, we get more in-depth in the specific areas. Like in their first year, we introduce them to several things agriculture. But if they come back for a second or third year, that's when we put more emphasis on SAEs. And what I mean by SAE, that is supervised agricultural experience. It is carried on outside of the classroom, and that's where the student either does some type of research about something, or they may go and work at a feed store, but we get more in depth in all of these different areas there. Some of the events that we do, we have a championship rodeo that we are doing for our 6th consecutive year. It's something that we do as one of our big fundraisers. We also have animals that we raise here at the school to give the students that experience of how to care for these animals, as well as how these animals can be used in our everyday lives.
I graduated from Berry College in Rome, Georgia. I was an English major, and I took an art class. I had some extra time in my schedule, and I had to take an elective. So I took art, and it was a love story. I fell in love. I've been doing it ever since.
I always grew up around art, so when I came to high school, I just knew that I was gonna always take art. Ms. Duvall is very unique in every sense of the word. She doesn't do things by the book. Anything can be changed. Anything is art. If it doesn't look like art, it's art, whether you like it or not. She just makes it really fun. She's not one of those strict teachers that you have to do this, this, and this. She just lets it go flow naturally. She lets her classroom operate on its own.
You don't have to be an artist to take art, you know? Because a lot of times, like I said, I never took art. I didn't even realize that I would be into it. So I would like to have people coming in to take art, not thinking, oh, you know, I don't draw or I don't paint or whatever. Come take art, because we don't just draw, we don't just paint. And the cool thing about it is that sometimes you learn how to do something that you've never done before, and it's something that you can enjoy not having any experience in it.
If you don't know how to sketch, if you don't know how to draw, it's okay. You learn, you'll grow as an artist, you'll grow as a person. Ms. Duvall is just like that. She helps you grow as an artist, as a person, in every sense of the way.
But for my artists that come in, I would rather challenge them, and oftentimes you'll see kids working on something that maybe not the class is working on, because if you're not challenging yourself, you're not growing. I want everyone to grow, but I also want them to be able to find that within themselves. You know, you challenge yourself really in the artistic choices that you make.
Or my favorite thing about art class is when she gives us a topic and we could just design it however we'd like.
Well, I have to say, when people ask me what my favorite thing is in art, when I was your age, obviously I hadn't had any art, but when I fell in love with art, it was through pottery. But I would say now when people ask what my favorite thing is about art, I have to say my kids. I love it. I love seeing them grow. Yeah, that's it.
Hello, my name is Bear Woods. I'm the athletic director and the head football coach at Wetumpka High School in Elmore County. Here at Wetumpka Athletics, our vision here is to create an empowering and an encouraging and yet a challenging environment for all student athletes to come and be a part of and take part in. What we're looking for as coaches across the board as we learn the Wetumpka Way philosophy, we want kids who are determined, kids who are humble, kids who show respect, kids who just want to be the best that they can. We had the phrase win the moment, knowing that every moment is a gift from the Lord and we want to maximize our best in that given moment. And you do that by first just learning how to serve others. By serving others, you end up being at your best. And that's what we're looking for with our kids. We say that every kid who goes through a sports here at Wetumpka High School will leave our sports program a leader. That is our goal. I'm excited to tell you that here at Wetumpka we offer about every sport that anyone competes in the state of Alabama. Football, we have baseball, we have basketball, we have soccer, cross country, track and field, tennis, and golf. For our female sports, we have softball, we have wrestling along with boys wrestling, we have cross country and track, we have girls basketball, we have volleyball, we have golf, tennis. So if there's anything that a kid wants to do extracurricular, we have it here at Wetumpka and excited for kids to come and take part. We understand at Wetumpka Athletics that champions on the field are built in the classroom, and that'll always be the main goal here is the academic side of our student athletes. But young kids out there who are wanting to come be a part of Wetumpka Athletics, I can tell you that it's going to be more demanding, but in just a short time after your first season, you'll be acclimated into the process, you'll trust the process, and you'll be at your best. Here at Wetumpka Athletics, what you can expect of the coaches and the teachers who are involved with our athletics program is the cornerstones that we live by, which is respect, hard work, humility, mindfulness, and peer-to-peer accountability, starting with the coaches. Those are cornerstones for every one of our sports programs, knowing that you can count on that. When you enter a sports program, is that we're all going in there achieving one goal, and that goal is just to win the moment. Can we be at our best to where if you're your best and I'm my best, together we'll be the best, and we're looking forward to being on that journey together. My expectations for any student athlete who decides to partake in any sports at Wetumpka, I expect that student to be challenged. I expect that student at the end of the day to feel encouraged and empowered, that they are cared about, that the coaches and the staff here is here for them, that this is a student-first athletic program, and it always will be. But with that being said, I do expect there to be some of the toughest days when it comes to time put in, when it comes to school hours, when it comes to do things. So it's not every student can and will be a student athlete. So it is a privileged thing to be able to be a student athlete, and it takes a lot. But at the end of the day, it'll always be worth it. Because when you leave our programs, like I said the first time, you will leave our programs a leader. And to all you incoming high schoolers and to the parents, I can just tell you that the most rewarding thing about this isn't the destination, but it's the journey, building those relationships together. We say trust the process. Through time, we'll build a genuine relationship of trust, knowing that our journey is just with one goal in mind, and that's to win the moment. Go Indians.
My name is Jason Warnix. I'm the band director here at Wetumpka High School. I graduated from the University of North Alabama with a bachelor's degree in music education, and I decided to be a band director because I was inspired by my high school band director to pursue a career in music because I wanted to influence the lives of young people. The Wetumpka Band performs in a lot of school activities as well as activities that are not associated with the school. If you've been to a football game at Wetumpka High School, you know that the band performs at halftime and gives entertainment at halftime of the football games, as well as performs in the stands during a football game to give entertainment during the football game. But after marching season is over, people don't realize that there are other things that the band does that doesn't include as public performances. We go into what we call concert season, and we go into preparing for our Christmas concert, and then we prepare for a district music performance assessment that we perform in each spring. We also have a spring concert later on in the year to kind of end the year, and then we also have a jazz band that performs at several concerts throughout the year, and they travel and do a little bit of performing at jazz festivals and other places where they're called to do so. I would absolutely recommend band to any incoming freshmen. And especially if you are not already in band. Now, to be in band, you really have to already have had training on a musical instrument. But if there are spots for folks that have not had any training on musical instruments already, such as the color guard and majorettes. The color guard and majorettes have what we call an auxiliary night each spring, where they put together solos and small group performances, and they present those at the auxiliary night. And this year it'll be in March. The core subjects that you take, science, math, English, and history, are important that you understand how to develop as a person and to understand our background. But music is important because it's such an emotional connection between people, and it creates emotional connections between people, and it also leads to a better social emotional person. There's a lot more to music education than just the music part. It's all about connections between people and sharing in an art form and the talents that the students have. The camaraderie that band develops initially coming into high school, because ninth graders, when you get to high school, you automatically have a group of people that you belong to, and it creates a family atmosphere and a team atmosphere, and it takes all of us working together in our band program to pull off the great performances that we have. And so I like to think that there is a family and team atmosphere, and I hope my students feel as well too. I would say that band is one of the best organizations to be a part of because you have built-in family already coming into high school when you get here, and the transition from middle school to high school is such a monumental transition that sometimes students, if they don't have a group to belong to, you kind of get lost in the shuffle, and it's a very hard transition. It's a more difficult transition, I'll say. But no matter if you're not involved with band, you should be a part of some group here at Wetumpka High School. There's great organizations here, and you should plug yourself into at least one of those organizations and really get involved with our school culture here, and it gives you a better opportunity to mingle with other people and learn from other people and make yourself a better person.
I'm Coach Malcolm Buggs. I'm from Opelika, Alabama. Graduated from Opelika High School, and I also graduated from the University of South Alabama. Currently teaching business education, have the background in teaching physical education and also health. So business technology is a continuous growing industry. It's a growing field. Technology continues to evolve, so therefore it's dipped its way into many different industries. So that it's a variety of industries that could benefit from having business tech individuals who are very savvy but also experts. Personally, just having the experience to use different programs, use different platforms, and continuing to further the evolution of technology by learning about the different digital platforms and things of that nature. I believe communications and leadership are really the base introductory classes for business education at the high school level. And I believe that's probably the best way to platform our students into other areas of business. I would say the hardest part would probably be programming, with fraud continuing to be at a high rate, with hackers continuing to learn at a high rate as well. I think those are probably the two hardest parts of the industry. I would say the best skill is learning about the different areas that you could possibly employ yourself in, as far as programming, IT. I have 2 students who are currently still here and plan on furthering their careers in IT, but also they have robotics background as well. So the skills that they've already possess, but also fine-tune while being in my classes. Definitely help them continue to grow in their desires to pursue business, but also business technology.
My name is Leslie Campbell, and I teach Family and Consumer Sciences. Family and Consumer Science is the study of being and dealing with all things family, from purchasing to child care to childbirth to cooking to sewing to anything you have to do in your house. The thing I enjoy most about teaching Family and Consumer Science is all the hands-on activities we get to do, and at the end of the day we come home with something that's tangible that you can take home and either show your mom or show your friends or have a full belly. Family and Consumer Science affects them by teaching them how to be an adult. I'm trying my best to get them to learn how to have skills that help them in their adult life, things that they'll use every day. Students should take my class because they're going to learn a lot more than just their writing and arithmetic type classes. They're going to learn application processes like how to use math in class or how to be able to read a recipe. If there are kids who are on the fence about wanting to take my class, I think they need to ask themselves, do they like doing creative things? Do they like learning how to cook or to sew or to take care of young infants? Or are they interested in having a family in life? Those might be questions to ask whether this class would fit you.
Hi, I'm Penelope. I'm the president of the journalism class. This is my third year of journalism, and next year is going to be my fourth year. I was brought to journalism because when I was in middle school, I was in a creative writing class, and I really enjoyed that. And I thought journalism would be something to help me expand my love for writing while also talking about things that I'm interested in. So that's what brought me here. Journalism has taught me, I guess, more about the world because of all the things that we get to cover. We get to cover school, we get to cover world, we get to cover pop culture, and I guess it's really expanded my view of things. The connections I get to make in this class. Last year there were a lot of really nice seniors that I loved, and then of course I have a lot of underclassmen that I also enjoy talking to, and I think that sense of community in here just really brings me back every year. I would tell the upcoming freshmen who want to join journalism that this is something. If you're excited about writing and you want to write more about the world and pop culture and you're interested in, I guess, just expanding that view and maybe improving your writing skills, then this would be a great class for this. And it's not something that you're going to have to do for the rest of high school. This is just something that would be fun to experiment with at least your freshman year.
I enjoy GRTC specifically because it's not a standardized or a basic class. So we're here to teach life skills, and I think that is a very valuable lesson that a lot of students are not taught or does not get a lot of education at home on some of the skills we try to teach.
It's not about the Army. When we look at our program here at Wetumpka High School, it's about the students. It's about motivating them to be better citizens, and that's what we want. As long as you can be productive, when you come up out of our program, we feel like we've been successful.
GRTC actually stands for Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. What that means is at college, if you go to ROTC, you can go directly into the military as a commissioned officer. We are a junior version of that. We are not trying to send you to college to go to ROTC, but because we're that junior version, so we don't treat them as much like soldiers. We try to treat them as cadets, but it's just a taste of what could happen or what could come.
Because we don't know what background they may have come from, but the bottom line is when they come to the GROTC, we treat everyone the same, and we try to instill in them that, hey, this is a good life if you were to decide to go into the military or even go into the workforce, because what we have to offer is something that you just can't get, just going to college. You'll get hands-on experience through GROTC. You're going to get a chance to experience different things as far as camps. So it prepares you for real life.
The discipline is a huge step in this. A lot of students do not like being told what to do, especially by another student. But when you're going to realize that regardless of where you go in life, you're going to have someone tell you something, some boss, some person in charge, and it might not be what you like, but as long as it's legal, moral, and ethical, you need to execute. I think JRTC could be important for a student because it's going to give you a foundation. A lot of kids come to high school, students come to the high school in the 9th grade, they're not 100% sure what they want to do. And that's pretty normal, actually. But throughout that 4-year development, it can show you and give you so many open doors. We can network and give you ideas of what military life could be like, what going to college could be like, or what the workforce is. So we're not a cookie cut mold saying this is the perfect thing, you need to be like this when you're done. It's going to give them a bunch of different opportunities and experiences.
Believe it or not, some students, they like discipline, and when they look at JROTC, they look at the structure, because the military is all about discipline and structure in their life, and many times students don't have that, and they want that. We also teach them to become better citizens.
When a student comes into JRTC, like the military, there's a rank structure. They initially join, they're an E1 private at the very bottom, and we like to think of it as a pyramid scheme. As in, you come in and you're at the bottom and you're trying to work your way up. So each semester, we try to do a promotion. We will do one more promotion this year, but we try to do it twice a year, and it's for them to work their way into leadership roles. Being in a leadership role is going to show the leaders, obviously things we expect of them, but how to manage a group, how to control time, how to work a crowd through a time. Those kids are going to get real life experiences, not just in military type things, but in real world experiences for when you do become eventually a boss or you're in charge of someone, you'll have some type of experience to draw back from.
My name is Brandy Vittori. I'm the marketing teacher as well as the DECA sponsor and the yearbook advisor. So I have 12 years human resources, and I know human resources to marketing sounds really strange, but everything you do in human resources is marketing, whether you're marketing benefits to your employees or you are marketing your company and your job to future employees. I'm also the social chair for the high school. So what that means for my marketing lab students is they are the ones that are actually coming up with a lot of the posts and a lot of the marketing things that we do for the whole school. So in my marketing classes, we start a year off in the books pretty hard. We go from learning basically what marketing is into all the 4 Ps and marketing techniques. Then we take that information, we put it into a huge project that we do every year. We have 2 projects. We learn how to market ourselves in personal marketing, and then we also do a big marketing project. For one class, we do marketing a specific product, and other classes we do services or entertainment and things like that. As the marketing teacher here at Wetumpka, there's several different things under my hat. I'm the marketing teacher. I teach 4 different marketing classes. I also have a marketing lab, which is comprised of all DECA students. The DECA students primarily are going to be my officers. They're the ones who take care of DECA for the most part because it is a student-run organization. We do several different things throughout the year. We help put on the Miss Warrior pageant, which is a big legacy here at Wetumpka High School. We do that in conjunction with FCCLA. Also in October, we do a pumpkin DECA rating contest. At the end of the contest, we also do a pumpkin chunk, and that's where all those awesome pumpkins that were decorated, we literally chunk them to see how far we can throw them. And we are doing our first ever county DECA competition as well. So we have different competitions for DECA, and it's where you actually go in and you compete with other groups, other schools. And the county version, we only have 3 chapters in our county, one at Stanhope Elmore, us of course, and Hopeville, where you'll be given a scenario that you have to market. There's also other areas that DECA hits up, which would be general business administration, human resources, finance, sports and entertainment, as well as hospitality. And you can compete in any of those different areas. So you can join DECA as a freshman. We take all high school students. You can join normally in September. We have a deadline of membership in September. You'll pay your dues, you fill out your information of the different things that you want to be involved in. The marketing classes are who feed into my marketing lab. The better, it's kind of like a capstone course. Yearbook fits into that because it's marketing all the memories that we have of the school, your whole school year. We also do ads, sales, and things of that nature, and so marketing just really flows right on in with what that is. To join Yearbook, you have to apply for the position. I take 2 10th graders every year, so you can apply spring of your 9th grade year, as well as the rest of my staff is juniors and seniors.
I'm Coach Chandler. This is my second year at Wetumpka High School coaching PE. So a typical day in our PE class will start with a warm-up, and then we like to offer a county fair of options in our PE class, not just specific to one unit or one sport. We like to offer different stations for students to rotate around. I think PE is important to the student because it offers them an opportunity to move around. Typically sitting at a desk in a period or a block scheduled day. It just offers the student an opportunity to either move around in a gym setting or even once the weather starts getting warmer to go outside and move. Really just kind of be proactive about it, encourage them through, either scientific measures or what are ways that, moving with the body increases your chances of being healthy, and offer different avenues, whether that's through diet and training, health plans, how to check your resting heart rate, your elevated heart rate. So not just saying, hey, you need to move or hey, you need to play this sport, kind of taking it down some different avenues, and then also kind of figuring out per student, what are their aspirations, what do they want to get out of the class, and then take it and kind of gauge it toward that. We are kind of piggybacking off of what Major Hutto is doing and offering with the pickleball club here at the high school. So recently we've just purchased over 24 pickleball paddles and 48 pickleballs. We've even ordered some portable nets. Pickleball is a popular sport. I project in the next 5 years it may be a sanctioned sport within the AHSAA, that's our athletic association. A new trendy sport, something that doesn't take a lot of room to have, and like I said, we've got the old tennis courts that are outside, so again, just introducing a new game. So any upcoming 9th graders to the school, if you're into pickleball, we're big proponents of that here at the high school, and then if you never played before, we will introduce that to you.
What can incoming students expect when coming into your class?
You can expect to have a teacher that has no idea what he's doing, but will act like it. Period. My name is Mr. Whitfield, and I teach chorus and piano. So in chorus, we get fundamentals of music theory and the principles of how to produce sound from your voice. And a lot of people think that doesn't make any sense. How am I supposed to teach you how to use your voice? But there's a lot that goes into it. And that's a years-long process that if you sign up for choir, we can take you from square one to square 1,000. Piano is a different story. We do teach you some of the same things in terms of music theory, fundamentals, what is a piano. But in Piano 1, you have the opportunity to learn those basics and apply those basics to really simple music. In Piano 2, your second year, you would get the opportunity to practice really difficult music, expand your techniques, expand your horizons. I could connect you to more and more interesting options for musical literature, as well as musicians that could put you in the field that you would need to be a part of. There are no typical days in a music classroom, unfortunately. Teaching music involves constant practice on my end as the teacher as well as your end as the student. So if you don't apply those techniques day in and day out and make constant improvements, then I have no way to map a full year of lesson planning. So what we have to do is constantly adjust those. Maybe I teach you the exact same thing I taught you yesterday because you didn't practice it. But if you did practice it, then we can move on and we can try newer and bigger and harder and more difficult things. But it's constantly an evolving process of here's this student practices, this student doesn't practice, and then all of a sudden they start practicing at the same rate, this one practices more. So lessons come in and come out and change all the time. So some big moments for chorus. We have All-State Choir that you're able to audition for in the fall, and then we would have the All-State Festival in the spring for those that qualify. We have a huge Christmas concert that involves a lot of a cappella and instrumental music that we get to play alongside, sometimes with the band, sometimes without. We have a ice cream social, what I'm calling our Sweet Sounds concert, which gives our choir students the opportunity to sing solo and small ensemble music from any source. I have some students doing pop songs, rock songs, musical theater. I think one or two might be doing classical, but that's just me. And then we have our huge concert at the end of the school year in April or May. That is a ton of music, and a lot of it's hard, but it is a wonderful experience for all of our students. I don't hope that all of my students become musicians, because some people aren't just the right fit for it. They don't want to, they have a different plan for what they want to do. Maybe they don't stick with music for the rest of their lives. But at the very least, in a music classroom like mine, you'll learn organization skills, time management, communication skills, how to succeed as an adult, theoretically. Now you have to apply those for yourself. But the goal is that beyond learning how to read music and sing well, I'm also going to teach you how to be a better citizen. Growth and being a young adult and a teenager and a young adult and then growing into an adult, growth is about attempting and trying and expanding your horizons. Think of like a plant, right? Any house plant is going to die if it stays in the exact same pot for the rest of its life. But if you allow those roots to grow and let those roots reach out and then get a bigger pot to expand those roots in, then the plant can flourish. So it's the same with students. So give it a shot. You might find that you like it.
Dr. Virginia Velarde. I teach science from 9th grade through 12th, including AP Bio, AP Physics, Robotics, and first year biology. I graduated from the University of Massachusetts, Wright State University in Ohio, and the University of Alabama. The robotics program is for anyone who is creative or wants to go into engineering or any STEM-based field. Could be anything from computer science to biology, anything in between. It's for somebody who wants to learn more and to apply science more than anything else. I like the hands-on project-based element of it. Students are given a problem or a project to do and they work it out. It's student-led. Students are the leaders in the classroom and they design and build everything that we do. We have a business division, a technology division, and an engineering division. The technology division does all of the programming, computer-aided design, CNC milling, 3D printing, video, web page, anything that's technology-based. Then we have the business, which includes marketing, team exhibit, also notebook, anything that's going to put our team out there. Community service activities also come under that. And then we have engineering, which is the design and build of whatever thing we are doing, whether it's our electric car, whether it's our robot, any of our structures at all, design and build. I have done robotics since 2005, and I have watched students grow in their critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, and just overall how to do it knowledge. I have had sent many students off to college on scholarships. I have MDs, PhDs, engineers. I have people in all of the armed forces. They have grown to be very confident people. They are changers in their lives, changers in the world. They are going to go and do things because they've learned how to do things through this program.
Hi, my name is Salome Grajales. I am junior y estoy en Español 2. Las actividades que hacemos aquí es más para ayudar a mis compañeros del primer grado, del grado 9, en Español 1, para que puedan poder expresarse mejor y puedan expresar cosas sobre ellos, como qué les gusta, qué les disgusta, y cosas importantes para que las demás personas puedan conocerlos. Por ejemplo, el cuadro que está aquí nos ayuda a que ellos puedan poder expresarse mejor y puedan practicar para cuando tengan una situación en la que tengan que hablar sobre sus preferencias o disgustos. Un consejo que les puedo dar es poner mucha atención en la clase, porque hay muchos verbos y muchas palabras. Suenan lo mismo, pero cada cosa tiene sus acentos y muchas cosas. Y es muy divertido aprender español porque puedes comunicarte con personas y ayudarlas en este país. Para mí, mi experiencia favorita en esta clase es como poder aprender más de diferentes idiomas y cómo cada persona se puede expresar de diferentes formas en español.
I'm Jeff Glass. I am the theater director of the Wetumpka High Theater Guild. I teach Theater 1, Musical Theater, Theater 2, and Technical Theater. On average, we produce 3 shows a year. There are some years where we have 4 shows. We like to open the year with a musical geared towards children. And then we have our one-act show, which we usually take to the District Drumbauer Festival, which is kind of like the playoffs for theater. And then in the spring, we perform one large musical. The spring musicals require a lot of resources and a lot of people. They're massive productions in every facet of tech that you can think of. Last year we had a house that moved on and off stage in between scenes. So all of it comes together in the spring, and we all focus on one large spring musical. We have musical theater, and in musical theater we have performers who are actors, singers, or dancers. If someone's incredibly talented, they could be all 3, but you don't have to be all 3. For instance, if you like acting but don't like singing solos, you can sing with an ensemble, which is far less intimidating. Some people are afraid to try theater because they don't want to be in the limelight, but they forget that there's an entire team of people behind the scenes making it all work, which is just as fulfilling. Then we have technical theater, and that usually plays into design, a lot of construction, building, painting, scenic artists, lighting, costuming, makeup, orchestrations. We do some video projections. Anything that you can think of a craftsman doing, it's offered in the technical side. As our performers are working on choreography or music or acting, depending on whether it's a musical or a play. As they're doing that, our technical team is working on the side to come up with concepts and designs for, sets, lighting. Prop design is really cool and a lot of fun. Makeup design, hair. So we're working on the side at the same time that the performers are working. And then about 2 weeks before a show opens, we go into tech where we try to blend it all together. For incoming freshmen, it's important to distinguish the difference between what a guild class is and what a theater class is. I also teach Theater 1, which is more of a theater appreciation. Anybody can take it. It's like, anybody can take PE, but if you're gonna be on the football team, you need to be in athletics, right? So if you wanna be on the team, the co-curricular team that goes to festivals, that takes trips to like New York, then you need to join the guild and not just take Theater 1. In order to join the guild, there's an application that the counselors will bring to your school. Fill out the application, and then we will collect them, and then we will call you at the end of the year. If you want to be a performer, we'll set up an audition. If you'd rather be a technician, we'll set up an interview. And then we go through that screening process, and that's how you get into the Wetumpka High Theater Guild. Every year, I get juniors or seniors who end up finally doing it after considering it before. And they tell me at the end of their career, the worst mistake they made in high school was not giving it a shot earlier, because it's been the most fulfilling aspect of their career in high school. There are a lot of misconceptions about what theater is and who does theater. Don't buy into those. Whatever you think it is, it's not that. If you think it's bad, I promise you it's wonderful. And if you think it's wonderful, I promise you it's better than that. If you're a hard worker, if you want to be a part of something special, if you want to be a part of one of the objectively best high school theater programs in the state, come do it.
So my name is Kyle Gooden, and I teach television production here at Wetumpka High School. Well, television production is really all about learning how to write, shoot, and edit video, whether it is doing short editing projects or longer term projects, actually like this video here. It's all about learning by doing.
My name is Dustin Lee. I'm in the 12th grade. This is my senior year, coming up on the end. I'm the Skills USA president. I think every good program has some sort of student leadership. It just kind of builds towards being able to work better with your fellow students. It really replicates what the workforce is like. And
so there's actually a lot of opportunities outside of class to do some very fulfilling work. For example, in the past year, we've really launched our broadcasting program where we are live streaming a lot of our home sports here.
During the fall, we live stream the football games. It's a big thing here in Wetumpka, is football, especially with our new stadium and a bunch of new equipment we have. We make really top dollar productions of the games.
Whether it's basketball, whether it's football, baseball, soccer, lots of different opportunities there. And there are a lot of different jobs both in front of the camera and behind the camera for those jobs, whether you're working and actually switching between cameras, operating a camera, doing sort of on-screen graphics. And then there's also, of course, the on-camera commentary. But sports is not the only thing that we cover as well. We've also covered a lot of the events that take place here at Wetumpka High School. So things like our annual Beauty and Bow pageant, things like our annual theater performances. Those are also a pretty big draw.
It's really anything that the school has going on that they want to be filmed. We kind of take it upon ourselves to try and see if we can do that.
And then, of course, there are these sort of special video projects that come up for anybody that may need them. So, for example, with this video here, we are working with to fulfill a need by the guidance office. And in the past, we have competed in a lot of different programs at the state level. A couple of years ago, we actually won a competition with the Alabama Association of School Boards that netted us a $1,500 prize. So there are a lot of different opportunities for learning how to write, shoot, and edit video.
Because it really helps you, as said, become the best version of yourself. It puts you with people who are like-minded, or at least somewhat like-minded, and if they aren't, it gives you the ability to really talk about those things you conflict on, Just a lot of the environment of the program really helps you become you.
It's not just me, and it's not just my experience that is here, but there's years worth of people who have been learning and sharpening their skills. I have my most experienced students who are there to set an example and to sort of shepherd that next group of guys and girls coming through.
It really is like a sort of family team dynamic that goes on in this classroom. We have a lot of people behind the scenes and other people even in front of the camera that really put a lot of effort and just time into this. Also, Kyle Gooden, our teacher, who has given us the skills and the equipment to do all of this. I mean, it's layers upon layers of just hard work.
Something that I would say to any of the 8th graders that are maybe thinking about taking Intro to Television Production next year is...
don't be scared to express yourself. I know as a freshman coming from the middle school to high school, that could be seen as a big challenge and a big opportunity, but just being able to take that and grab it and run with it and really see how you change over the next coming years. Don't be scared to voice your ideas or what you want to do, because there's plenty of stuff here and plenty of people to help you do it.
Take it. Absolutely. If you have any interest in learning how to write, shoot, or edit video or audio, take it. It's going to give you a skill that makes you immediately more employable to anyone in the future. So why not take it? Learn that skill now, and you can sharpen it for the rest of your life.